Why don't I take you through a trip down memory lane to tell you about the year that I learned the most? I learned about solitude, how I can be alone but not lonely. I learned about empathy, how it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. I learned about giving, how we make a living by what we get, and we make a life by what we give. I learned about love, how even just a mile apart, it seemed like this year we were all in a long-distance relationship. I learned about success, how it's the little details that count. Little things make big things happen. Every year around this time, we make resolutions on what we hope to achieve in the coming year. 2020 taught me to recognize what had gone right in all the wrong. It was a tough year, but we made it.
Dear members of the IE community, dear students, families, and friends, welcome to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2020 of IE University, the time when one of your dreams has come true. It's an honor for me to make the opening address of a ceremony that is so important for you, for your families, and for our university. On behalf of the entire IE University community, I offer our warmest congratulations to all our graduates for a well-deserved diploma that reflects their personal and professional caliber, as well as their intense dedication and performance over this year. Also, the dream of how to transform the world for the better. Looking back at the enormous efforts of our dear graduates this year, we all know better than anyone that they didn't do it alone. We have to praise the efforts of those who have stood by them throughout the years, the loving family members and dear friends. They also had their dreams about you and about your achievements. To all of them, our heartfelt thanks and a warm virtual applause. Let me also take this opportunity to recognize all the members of IE University for their commitment, for their dedication and their hard work over the past months and over the years. When I'm asked by journalists what is the secret of IE's success, I always respond, it's our people, their personal and professional caliber. And allow me to deeply appreciate again the work of our faculty and staff, our heads of department, our program managers, our commercial, marketing and communication teams, the members of our financial department, the people in operations, in maintenance, and the magicians of our learning, innovation, and supporting teams. Let me also make a special reference to our founder, Diego del Alcázar Silvela, and to his son and Vice President of IE University for their continued support and their leadership during this time of crisis. At IE University, we provide the world new ways to dream through education, research, and innovation. The program our graduates just completed has been an opportunity to transform themselves and learn many different things. Allow me now to ask two things of you as graduates of our school. But first, let me share with you a personal dream story. Here, where I'm today, at this splendid university campus of IE University in Segovia, we were 13 years ago making plans for building our university. It was a formidable dream. In only 13 years' time, we have passed by far all the different objectives that we had then. We have achieved our goals in terms of attracting the best possible students and also to hire the best possible faculty and staff. And we are now competing in the cluster of the top universities worldwide. But allow me now to ask two things of you. The first is that your personal and professional performance continues to adhere to the same standards of excellence in the future. As IE graduates, you are called on to implement your noble dreams, to create businesses, and to make management and law, international relations, and many other disciplines recognized and well-respected activities. Of course, we live in a very globalized and interconnected world, and our mission is to improve our environment, to create sustainable value and wealth, and to assume a commitment to social responsibility. You are not alone in this task. You have the support of the whole IE community. My second request is that you keep your links with IE and talk about your experience at your master's degree program. Your example will give encouragement to future generations of students. The world needs references for good professional practices and how to be good citizens in all facets of human development. And I'm sure that your performance as competent and responsible professionals will play an exemplary role in society. For our part, we promise to support your efforts in this very important task. IE is a relatively young university that in very few years has gained a position among the most prestigious higher education institutions in the world. The underlying reason for this achievement is our faculty and staff and our students. The reason for this success is you people sitting there in the dark, and those who have sat there before you over the last decades. And our challenge for the future is to consolidate this prestige and to foster new initiatives that further strengthen our international position. This whole effort will translate into adding value to your master's title. We want to follow your professional progress closely. Moreover, we need you. Your advice and your support will help us to improve our activities and to put many different initiatives into practice. We will need your support in many different ways, as associate professors, advisors, donors, ambassadors of our institution, and of course, as the parents and grandparents of our future students. You can become part of its history. Our dream is to position IE University at the top of higher education in the world. And this is becoming a reality faster than expected. This year, Times Higher Education has ranked IE University at the 25th position worldwide. The main criteria used here are employability of our graduates and learning innovation. In closing my speech, I would like to wish you the best for the future. I would like to wish you luck, wish you happiness, wish you love and success. The class of 2020 will be remembered as one of IE University's best, a very special group of resilient leaders equipped to transform the world to create a fairer and more equitable and sustainable global society. You have the full support of your IE community now and in the future. Class of 2020, now is your turn to make your dreams come true. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Santiago, for your inspiring words. My name is Carla Semso, and I will be hosting today's graduation ceremony. It's an honor for me to be here with you today, as IE has been my alma mater in many different stages of my life. Students, alumni, staff, and professor. I want to give a warm welcome to everyone who has connected here today. Friends, staff, professors, alumni, deans, and academic teams. Get ready for this virtual set that we have especially created for our brave new grads. Our class of 2020 could not finish this academic year without the most relevant event of the year, our graduation. 2020 is almost over, and we all agree that we have experienced a very unique year, a year full of uncertainty, a year in which we had to navigate change, we had to reinvent ourselves, and we had to embrace challenges with our families, our health, our jobs. We had to acquire new habits, maintain long-distance relationships, hold to new ways of interaction, and more. But how do we embrace change when suddenly a pandemic completely transforms the evolution of society and the entire global economy? How can we constantly reinvent ourselves with the right skills in order to lead the new generations, stay relevant, and add value to the organizations of the future? And the most important question, how can you fit into this new reality? These are the type of questions we have been asking ourselves as ARAI during this past year, and in the end, we can all conclude that this moment can be also an opportunity to all of us, an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to shine, an opportunity to learn and to keep on reinforcing our education, an opportunity to land our dreams and to anticipate the needs that our future will bring us in order to succeed. For this graduation, we decided to do something different, and we're going to divide this into 3 conceptual phases: dreams, opportunities, and future. Each phase will host different speakers, and sets will evolve with them as we move from phase to phase. The first phase is dreams, which Santiago just introduced to us within his speech. The concept of dreaming is something I hold to very close to my heart, because ever since I was growing up in Argentina and in Venezuela, I've considered myself a hardcore dreamer. I remember when my mom used to tell me all the time that I always had to dream big and start small. Dreams, however, are always changing, and that's the beauty of it. Regardless of how your dreams evolved, hold on to them with passion and commitment, and this is precisely what drives forward every single day. And when life becomes harder and you start to forget it, remember to go back to that kid who was always dreaming. To remind you of how to dream felt like, we have a special video from some important members of our community.
Hi, my name is Kike and we are the children of today.
My name is Gabby.
My name is Yerin. My name is Micaela.
My name is Claudia.
I want to be a chef when I grow up. I want to be a biologist. I want to be a police officer.
I want to be a gymnastics.
I want to be a doctor. We want to have the option of becoming whatever we want when we grow up.
We are the children
of today.
We are the adults
of tomorrow. Just as you once were. Hey, down here! Today you become the children of yesterday.
And so, on behalf of the children of today and the adults of tomorrow, I call on you to color our brick road. The yellow paint is in your hands as you will design the future we will live in.
Today, you graduate
and move on to achieve your dreams.
Help us achieve ours. Help us shape our tomorrow and create the future we are looking forward to.
What an amazing video from the kids of our future generation. As they just said, today you become the children of yesterday and you start designing the future that you will live in. Yes, today you graduate and you move on to achieve your dreams. Now, I'd like to introduce to you our dear alumni, Diana Morato, who will be giving the speech on behalf of all the IE alumni this year. Diana graduated from our executive MBA back in 2011. In the past, she has been the CEO of Deliveroo, Zipcar, Cirque, and she's currently the CEO at New. Dear Diana, it's so inspiring to have you here with us. Welcome to our stage.
Thanks, Carla. Thank you, Santiago, faculty, extended IE family, for giving me the opportunity to speak to you, class of 2020 today, at such an important milestone in your life, your graduation. I feel humbled to share some thoughts on the next stage you are about to start. Like the kids in the video we have just seen, I often dream. As a child, I spent large amounts of time both in Europe and in Asia. So at an early stage, I was exposed to extreme richness and poverty. As a child, I felt privileged, and I simply could not accept that chance, the family or the place you were born in, could have such a tremendous impact in your life and your future. This is perhaps why, as an adolescent, nobody was really surprised that my dream was to be a diplomat. And that was the goal I strived towards. I studied very hard, learned languages, moved in the right circles, and eventually worked in an international organization. However, in my 20s, it hit me. I realized that dream was someone else's dream. This is perhaps one of the key pieces of advice I would like to share with you today. Work on your dream, not someone else's. Dreams are extremely powerful. When you dream, you create a vision. You imagine a different, better future. A dream is a North Star. It inspires you. It guides you. It gives you a sense of purpose and much needed perspective in difficult times. And as you know, there will be many difficult times. So what are your dreams? Earning a master's at IE? Well, you've done that now. So what's next? Yes, dreams are exciting, but let's face it, they can also be terrifying. In fact, if they aren't scary, they are probably not worth following through. Class of 2020, I'm sure you've noticed by now that nothing in life comes without a risk. There are ways of limiting your risk, you may say. Yes, you're all very accomplished. You have a great education, you have undergone extensive training over the past months, met amazing classmates, professors, and mentors, and you can always ask them for assistance and advice. However, despite all this, most of you will still have to overcome the biggest hurdle: the fear of failure. And guess what? Fear can become one of the biggest limiting factors in your career and life in general. In fact, most people are so terrified about their dreams that they give up on them. Don't let this happen to you. With every goal you achieve and every new dream you aspire to, the fear of failure will always follow you. So the question is, will you dare to follow your dreams? Will you accept failure and stand up each time after you fail? If you do, you will be stronger and generally a step closer to achieving your dreams. Many admire the fact that over the past 10 years, I've built and scaled multiple startups with disruptive business models. From scratch, one of them a tech unicorn. I've raised ridiculous amounts of cash, successfully exited, and prepared to IPO. However, few people see that all this is the consequence of relentlessly chasing dreams and learning from many small, or not so small, failures. For many of us, the fun part is the journey of chasing the dream. So remember to enjoy it. time is your scarcest resource. Make sure your dreams are worthwhile, that they help improve the life of more people than just yourself. Try not to go alone on this journey. Speak openly about your dream. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and who lift you up. When at crossroads, make the right decision. The one that is coherent with your values and will allow you to go to sleep at night. 2020 is a year that will go down in history. As the dust begins to settle, you and many leaders across the globe are asking themselves the same question. How will the new normality be? In this question lies great opportunity. How do you want it to be? More than ever before, we need dreamers. We need people like you. Because, class of 2020, I am convinced that if you dream it, you're able to vividly picture a different future, share it with the people around you, and pursue it with relentless passion. It will happen. With these words, on behalf of the entire IE family, congratulations. It is my absolute pleasure to officially welcome you to the IE alumni community. Carla, the stage is yours.
Thanks, Diana, for your inspiring words. We just heard how our alumni dreams and goals were fulfilled after being part of the IE experience. We just saw how, by working hard at IE University, we move on from the dreams phase to the opportunities phase. The opportunities that life gives us, and that at IE, we leverage them in order to prepare our students for the future. I was lucky enough to have the opportunity of studying at IE University 9 years ago. This experience has changed my life, my approach to decision making. It has extended my global mindset and has given me the tools to succeed in today's corporate environment. There is no better way to enter to the phase of opportunities than by listening to the story of one of the bravest and most charismatic women in the world. She's one of the few people on earth who have made it to the space. Katie Coleman. She's a scientist, wife, mother, pilot, musician, MIT graduate, retired NASA astronaut, and a veteran of 2 space shuttle missions. Let's please welcome Katie Coleman from Boston, Massachusetts.
3, 2, 1, mark.
Thank you so much. I am honored to be part of the IE University family today and to be one of the people that gets to congratulate the graduates of the IE University School of Business and the School of Law. Today, I think it's, for me, as an astronaut, it's like being on the top of a launch pad. You've made so many steps to get to where you are today, and that's the same as it is for astronauts. And then suddenly there we are, sitting on top of a rocket, ready to launch into space. And I hope that you feel that way as well. And I think that there's a lot of parallels between our worlds. Let's think about being on a space mission and completing your degrees today. What did you pack? What kinds of tools and things did you pick up along the way to make you ready for your journey? You probably learned things that you never knew before. You made friends with people that you maybe thought were very different than you. And, for all of us, we think about, I think we bring with us, if you're going to go to space, we get to bring almost like a little suitcase. Of course, there's clothes and food and things like that, but we get to bring some things that are about ourselves. And as you have completed your journey here at school, you've done that as well.
Discovery Station has you loud and clear on the big loop. What took you guys so long?
So let's talk about how we get to the launch pad. I think there's a myth that people who have the kind of job that I have had always knew when they woke up, when they were 3 years old and knew that they would be an astronaut, or in your case, that they would be an entrepreneur that would found a company that would have a product that would save the world. But most of our paths are very, very different, with lots of choices along the way. And I think it's very important that you know that, because sometimes you feel like, oh, the people that do these amazing things, they always knew, they knew which way to go. And that's really why we have a family. That's why we have the group that we study with, the group that we, becomes our family. I'd like to talk about who we bring with us in spirit on these kinds of journeys, on your journey to graduate. For me, on my way to the launch pad, I have teachers, I have parents, people and friends, many, many people that supported me. And when I go to space, they go as well. And I think that's true for many of you. Many will be the first in their family to be getting this kind of degree. In fact, you're the first in the world to be getting this kind of degree. But you are lighting a path for others at home. And showing other people that if you can do this, they can do this too. So when you are climbing up the steps to that launch pad, you bring other people with you. And how about the people that you are in the capsule, in the spaceship with? How about the people that you are in that spaceship with? I mean, that's your team. So all of you bring all that baggage, all the things that you brought, the tools that you accumulated, the friends and family that helped you get there. And then there you are together. And in our case as astronauts, it's a myth that we are chosen because we all get along and this person will be good with this person, those kinds of things. No, we are put together by logistics. Whose turn, what country, what mission, what skills. And that's, I think, the kind of capsule you are in now at graduation and that you will be in when you are launching companies, because you don't always get to choose. And so it's really important, and I think the most important lesson that I can give you from all of my space experiences is that you should never stop trying to learn about your teammates. And it's not easy, and it takes effort. In order to do that, you need to be brave enough to say, this is who I am, this is who I bring, and you have to be open enough to see what others bring to the team. And I think it's not always simple to do. It's easy to talk about. It's easy to do sometimes at work and not always at home. And it's been difficult during these times that we've all been going through. But this is I think the most important thing that I can share with you is that as a space crew, we are 6 or 7 people up on a space station. You look around, you're the only people that can do the job, right? Well, it's the same for you. And you have been a team so far, studying, getting ready, and now you're about to go out into the world and do your own things. And I really encourage you, keep those members of the family that you already know and never stop reaching for more. Today, graduation. It's virtual, but it's amazing, and actually a number of, I think, really interesting parallels with the space world. First of all, it's really important to take care of your mind and your body, and I know that some of you have been doing the run. I myself have already done, I didn't actually do the run, but I did the walk. But what is fascinating to me is that you plant a tree in honor of everyone that completed the run. And in the space program, the Russians plant a tree for everyone who launches, and the Americans plant a tree every time an astronaut passes on. And I think it's really interesting to associate living people with living things, with traditions and things that help us understand that we're all human. You're also going to have a fantastic dinner that you're going to literally cook together. And that is, I think, something that has brought our culture, our astronaut culture together, is the fact that in training, we're cooking together, we're making meals together, and then in space, the same things. And we're sharing each other's food, each other's country's food. And it gives us just these ways, these kind of hooks, these sort of connections, these ways to find each other through the world. So your graduation today is much like that. Even the games that you will play. For us up on a space station, living there 6 months together, well, it was hard to figure out what could 6 people speaking different languages from different countries with different kinds of families, what could we all enjoy sort of on TV together? And I thought that we would never find something. And then there it was, American Idol. It was so interesting to watch together and make the comments and, everyone, and it's easy to understand. And so it was really, and everyone had really a big opinion on American Idol. So these kinds of things at graduation today, this is like your whole undergrad, your whole experience put together into one day. And don't forget that these are skills that you can use in the future. This year has been a very hard year for all of us. And yet it's also a year that allowed you to learn more than you ever expected, more than your professors or your parents ever expected you to. And it's because it's really been a very hard experience. And by being optimistic about the things that you've learned, I don't mean to belittle the experiences that have been so hard for so many. And yet during this pandemic, I think that it brings out an innovation and a humanity and a responding to the need that is so clear, a mission that is so clear for all of us, to be safe for our families, to be safe for our communities. And it takes speaking up, it takes having hard conversations, and it takes realizing that you might have an idea that no one else has. And actually, just as importantly, other people might have ideas that you don't have. In fact, I'm certain that they do. And you have to be open to hearing those other ideas, because that's the way that we design global solutions. So it's been a very hard year, and at the same time, you've gotten an education and learned some things that will actually bring you so far, so fast into the future that it actually excites me very much to know that when you lift off from the launch pad, you are going to have these skills with you. Our crew from NASA that just left for space, it's called, their spacecraft is called Resilience. And I think at IE University, you and all of us around the globe, I think we understand why. They're the first crewed mission of the SpaceX Dragon. So their crew name is Crew 1, but they changed that. And they changed that mission to be called U1, because they are going to space for all of us. And instead of having a patch that has names all around the edges, they took the names away and just gave the patch a name, the vehicle a name. And it's called Resilience, because they're going to space for all of us. And you've learned all these hard lessons, I think, in service to all of us. So while we are up on the launch pad, about to launch, let's think about what is next. There's been so much that's been lost during the pandemic, and many of us long to return to the life that we had. And yet, I think that's really something to think about. What about creating a better future? Taking this moment as a pause, as a way to realize we've been given some time to think about how we can create solutions that are equitable in a global way, how we can be more sustainable citizens of this earth. In terms of water, in terms of what we do with our waste, our plastic, in terms of energy. There are so many things that we have on our plate to be a more sustainable people here on Earth. And I'm very proud to say that during the experiments that we do in space, one of the things that happens is by learning how to go further and explore further and do the research of how do we recycle all of our air, how do we recycle all of our water, how do we grow plants in a place where it's very hard to grow them? Well, those are lessons for exploring further, going to the moon and Mars, but they're lessons for right here on Earth as well. And so all of us in the world that we live in, my space world, your entrepreneurial world, your business world, the world of rules, of understanding how to make the rules to help people, in all of your worlds, let's think of how we can make a better world. And I know that with the skills that you have gained, and getting ready and being ready for graduation, being on the top of that launch pad, I know that every single one of you can make a difference and actually will make a difference. One more quick tip before I let you go off to launch, and that is the perspective that you have from the top of a launch pad, launching off into space, looking back at the Earth, the perspective that I have, the perspective of looking and thinking in a global way, or understanding what's right in front of you in your community and designing solutions for every citizen in your community. These are all different perspectives, and they're all so valuable. And it's the one thing that from my work in space, my life in space that I really loved, that I took home with me, was that in looking back, I see a world where we are all so very connected, everyone to each other, and that if we actually just make use of those connections, those ways of finding each other and building solutions together, we can solve anyone. We can solve anything. We are all one, together at last. We are all connected, near or far. IE University, School of Business and School of Law, congratulations. Fasten your seatbelts, IE University Class of 2020. You are the innovators of a better future, and you are ready to launch. I salute you.
Amazing words from an inspired woman like Katie Coleman. And now we have the honor of having with us Adolfo Delibes, who will be presenting the finalists and the winner of the IE 2020 Venture Lab Awards. Adolfo is an alumni of our Bachelor's in Business Administration, and he's the co-founder of Renchester. This is a furniture subscription company that actually won the IE Venture Day on July 2020. So we're very happy to have Adolfo with us. Welcome, Adolfo.
Thank you for the introduction, Carla. Hello, IE community. First of all, congratulations to all the students graduating today. I'm Adolfo Delibes, a BBA 2010 alumni, and I'm here today on behalf of Renchester, the Furniture as a Service startup that won the last edition of IE Venture Day back in July. It has been a wild ride of up and down since the moment we won, but we are still working hard and growing month by month. It feels great to be backed up by the IE community. It takes a lot of courage to launch a new venture on these uncertain times. That is why it is great to know that 49 startups joined this edition of the IE Venture Lab. Please, let me introduce you to the 11 finalists. Mola Oceans is a project whose mission is to detect, collect and quantify marine plastic on the shores of our oceans. Sendit has reimagined the inbox from the ground up, launching email into the 21st century. Stitch Easy that connects fashion brands with apparel manufacturers using a SaaS workflow management product. Must Be Us is a community-based, two-sided online platform that facilitates access to volunteering all around the world. Sagaland is the first omnichannel company specialized on movie and TV series merch for adults in Spain. House offers an innovative and transparent online business model offering solutions for the main problems in both the purchase and the sale of properties. Paladar is a SaaS-based platform offering restaurant owners the ability to create their own interactive digital menus. Declo allows users to create legally binding contracts in 4 steps, 5 languages, and on any device. Bingens provides a one-stop solution to most needs of international admissions. Let's Farm envisions the future of farming in Nigeria and Africa by enabling end-to-end delivery from far to your front door. And the last one, Qubit, the digital financial toolkit that teaches children the value of money by gamifying day-to-day money management. And now, let's see the moment we've been waiting for. The winner is Declo. Congratulations, Robert, Ross, and Caroline. Please share some words with us.
Yes!
All right.
Thank you, Adolfo. It's such a pleasure and an honor to have received this award. Thank you.
I wanted to thank IE, the IE community, and Venture Day. It's been such an incredible experience. We've learned a lot, and we've definitely come out with a positive experience out of this. Thank you very much.
And I just wanted a quick shout out to all the great mentors who have really helped make this idea a reality, especially Pablo Garrido and Paris, of course.
Yeah, thank you so much, IE. Thank you for organizing this and giving us the opportunity. I know so many of us arrived as want to be entrepreneurs, and now we're leaving with the tools to be real entrepreneurs. So I hope I see many of you down the line, and thank you again. This was amazing.
Thank you for your inspiring words, guys, and congratulations once again. And now, please let's welcome back Carla, our host, to the stage.
Thank you so much, Adolfo. It's been an honor to have you here with us today.
Thank you, Carla.
Thank you. Congratulations, Declo, and congratulations to all the students that participated this year at your Venture Lab. We hope to see many of these ideas become successful startups in the near future, and please count on ICE's entrepreneurial ecosystem to do so. Now, let's do a short recap of our graduation ceremony so far. Early, we started with our graduation journey with a speech of our dear President Santiago Iñiguez. We have traveled then to the dream stage. Then we heard incredible stories that made us think about the opportunities that we have ahead after this life-changing year. We have traveled to the space with Katie Coleman, and then we landed back on Earth to embrace the future that lies ahead of us. Now, it's time to enjoy the last phase of this incredible day, the future journey. The concept of the future is something that we evaluated this year. What we thought that might happen didn't, but together we're forging a different future, a better future. When all of this started early this year, I had so many different plans. I was looking forward to travel to Asia in summer, and I actually wanted to do a volunteering program in Africa too. I also had so many personal plans that I actually had a very big list that I wrote back when I was doing my resolutions in 2019. Then everything changed radically. At the beginning, I got desperate, being fully alone at home, with my family living back in Latin America and in the States. And that is when I decided to work on the things that I could actually control. That is when I decided to put my heart and soul on my personal development by dedicating even more time to reinforce meaningful relationships. So I spent more time to be closer to my family, at least spiritually, to chat with my friends that most of them live abroad. I started meditating, training at home, even cooking. At one point, I decided to write in my mirror my main goals, and suddenly my life really started to change. I received a new challenge at work and I got promoted. I started working with a new amazing team. My family started to grow. I'm about to be an aunt during 2021, and my dreams started coming all together. In the end, like Eleanor Roosevelt said, the future belongs to those of you who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Now, the future is yours, and I would like to introduce you to the most awaited part of graduation, the moment for which all of you have worked so hard this past year. It's time to hand out your diplomas. So I would like to welcome our dear Dean from my business school, Martin Boehm, to our stage. Welcome, Martin.
Thanks, Carla, for your very kind words. Congratulations, class of 2020. You made it. And it certainly wasn't easy. If finishing a degree under normal circumstances is impressive, then what you just did deserves another word: amazing. John Lennon famously sang that life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. I think we can all agree that these past months testify to that reality. The coronavirus pandemic swept through the world right as you were at the threshold of a new stage. Just as you prepare to launch out, the world required you to stay in. As you planned what to do next, unprecedented uncertainty forced you to focus on the moment. It's possible the future is more unpredictable for your generation than any other generation in decades. I know you are up to the challenge. You are the most educated and technologically adept generation in history. The pandemic reminded us to focus on our priorities. Collectively, we honed in on the significant. Families spent time together. Friends checked on each other. Individuals earmarked time for exercising, reading, or just simply relaxing. Companies reassessed core activity, and IE Business School applied its world-renowned expertise to implement its new liquid learning model that seamlessly blended physical and virtual classrooms into one reality. It certainly was trying at times, watching your professors adapt to Zoom. But we did it. You did it, and IE did it. In fact, Bloomberg Business Week named IE Business School one of the institutions that best prepares its graduates for the post-COVID world, thanks to our hallmarks of creativity, entrepreneurship, and innovation. Every generation has defining moments. World War II, 9/11, the fall of the Berlin Wall, the Arab Spring, and countless others. For your generation, it will probably be the coronavirus pandemic. This past year has changed the world. One of the core values at IE is our entrepreneurial spirit. So I know you've learned that every crisis presents an opportunity. Let's not let a good challenge go to waste. I encourage you not to look at these past few months as an annoying time or as a scary crisis, but as the challenge that catapulted you to the next level. The world has moved online, and you are uniquely equipped, I dare say privileged, to lead the path forward. Leaders conduct business differently now, using online platforms when possible. Your education makes you better prepared than most, having already mastered your digital capabilities on assignments and final projects. When potential employers ask how you spent the past year, your answer will demonstrate an attractive and fluid ease with the new normal thanks to your classroom experience. Even your familiarity with the COVID testing process and keeping your passport green is a skill for your future work environment. Of course, you might want to leave out how much time you spend with, I'm sharing my screen, can you all see it? The global executive MBAs proved worst at navigating troubled spots, sprinting out of Sao Paulo 2 days early to avoid the lockdown in Brazil. The global MBAs may be suffering PTSD from the casitos, but A3 definitely bonded over the magical words, don't touch the stick is touching you. The executive MBAs welcomed 2 new babies and helped Hugo as he worked to finish the program despite his case of COVID. The MIMS, well, they shivered as Velasquez 130 adhered to COVID regulations that left the outside doors open despite plummeting temperatures. And the IMBAs, well, remember way back to those debates with your Core 1 work group? And then the numerous WhatsApp chats and foodie pictures? Somewhere along the line, you transformed from strangers, from a range of backgrounds, to comrades in arms. That camaraderie, diversity, and openness brings me to another important takeaway from the months of confinement and your time at IE. In many ways, the world's health crisis had made us stronger because our personal ties emerged as the glue that holds us and our lives together. We remembered that happiness is hugging a grandparent, hanging out with a friend, or sharing a live moment with a classmate. By the way, talking of live moments, 2 engagements in the global MBA alone, and I'm pretty sure Willy Baldo's marriage proposal at the opening face-to-face ranks as one of the more memorable surprises. But you didn't get to this day all on your own. It wouldn't be possible without support from your parents, friends, and faculty members. Remember to thank them. They share your success. So be humble, because no one does it alone. Think back to all those who have lifted your spirit in moments of doubt or given you a nudge to try something new. Anything great occurs thanks to the help of others. Even beyond our inner circle of personal connections, as a society, we saw that everyone matters. Our lives, our destinies are clearly interconnected. From the guy who delivers your Amazon package to the people who share your home, to your classmates who are dispersed throughout the globe. No matter where you are, we've all gone through this together. Your inner circle now expands. As this is the future section, let's take a forward-looking perspective. As a graduate of IE Business School, you join an expansive international network of successful alumni. We all must nurture the web of connections that is the IE Business community. It is more important than ever, not just to further your career, though that is absolutely crucial, but because we know that personal connections inspire us and lend meaning to our lives. A vast array of alumni-focused events awaits you. I demand your involvement. Your alma mater needs you. You are citizens of the world and expected to better the world we are living in through your decisions and actions. So be ambitious. Reach for goals that clearly seem like a stretch. Choose causes that impact the great issues of our time. You are the bright minds of the future entrusted with solving the current and future problems. So please make a difference. Seek ways to lead with generosity, innovate with kindness, invest with social responsibility. Each of you sits on the threshold of this next stage. It is a stage that opens a world of opportunities, of how to succeed. Cherish the values you have lived here at IE and the powerful network that is the IE community. Wherever you go, we go with you. You are IE and IE is you. You are the pride of IE. The entire IE community joins me in celebrating all you have done during your time with us and all you are yet to do. Congratulations, class of 2020. And now, for the next moment, I give the stage to your colleague who has lived this important time with you all this year. Carolina Ariana Kitras, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Martin. My fellow graduates, families, loved ones, and faculty, what if I told you I wouldn't change anything about this past year? Would you believe me or even agree with me? I'd like to ask you to come back with me to January 6th of this year. While most of you made your way to Segovia on a bus with a bunch of strangers, I was landing at Madrid Barajas on that very cold morning from war in Panama. That day was the beginning of a new chapter for me and many of you. Never mind being anxious about moving to Spain, planning a wedding, getting married, and pursuing a prestigious MBA. I was anxious about being late to our opening ceremony. My fiancé drove me directly from the airport to the Segovia campus, where I joined the ceremony that would end with all of us standing awkwardly in the courtyard, nervously eating tapas and making small talk about the color of our lanyards, where each of us was from, as if we were in grade school again. It would be the first time we met one another. During the ceremony, Ty and Natasha gave us the rundown of what this next year would hold. They talked to us about the magic trio, or the 3 S's of social, study, and sleep. And although some of us probably thought we'd be getting some more partying in, COVID made sure to keep us all in check. We were surveyed on our relationship status, and the ratio was a little off. Sorry, single friends. We were taught to trust the curve, and we learned that starting a business, even after falling off of a balcony and being hospitalized, could lead to potential success. We were prepared for an exciting year, but little did we know what kind of changes lay ahead. Throughout the program, we were meant to face many trials and tribulations. It would be a year of great change that would foster professional and personal development. We'd meet peers from all over the world that would eventually become family. Face-to-face to online and back, we made the best of a very unusual year. From our cultural outings with our well-represented Mexicanos and their lively dinners, to toasting with harak with our favorite Habibis, and celebrating Diwali with the wannabe owners of Doli. And although some of the cultural events did not make center stage, we had our very own influencer, Gringordo, to fill in the gaps. Before the madness, there was a lot of promise, but COVID could not stop us. Our chiefs did a fantastic job of bringing the restaurant experience home through Peer Labs, where we learned to bake scones, cook an authentic carbonara, and even do our makeup. It was a time to rediscover ourselves, to reflect and connect with others. Above all, it was a time to embrace change. But despite the lockdowns and quarantines, we grew closer rather than farther apart. These events set the grounds for long-lasting friendships, relationships, and even the birth of some of our smallest IE members. The future was already brighter. Our MBA was not a walk in the park. The program tested our aptitude to work in groups with individuals of different backgrounds, experiences, and ways of working. Maria de Molina was our playground to explore and define our aspirations, to pursue our passions regardless of the circumstances, and really grasp the importance of diversity, teamwork, and of a growth mentality. We acquired the tools to drive and create value for others. We pushed ourselves outside of our comfort zones, and we nurtured our entrepreneurial mindsets. All the tools that would prepare us for the new normal we would be facing after graduation. The legacy of our intake will be on how we thrived and not just survived in a wake of a global crisis. Our legacy will be remembered on how we came together as a family and helped each other grow into better versions of ourselves through resilience, compassion, and perseverance. Fast track 12 months later and come to where we are today. Graduation, a time to reminisce on all that has changed. Who would have ever imagined during that cold morning ride to Segovia that we would be getting so emotional just 1 year later? This year has taught us that change can bring out the best in us, that building up and encouraging the community around us fosters a unity that can withstand anything, that together we are capable of overcoming whatever challenges may come our way. And as we move on to this next chapter of our lives, change will be constant, and we will be there to lead it. We've learned to not only embrace change, but to cherish it through our experience at IE. May we always remember that the outcome of change is determined by the lens through which we see and live it. May we continue to remind one another, despite the distances that may separate us, to never underestimate the power of human connection and togetherness. So together, with the people you were distanced from for so many months, let us give a round of applause to those who have supported us as well as to ourselves. May we clap like it's 8 p.m. during quarantine again, to empower, to remember, to know that we have done it. Congratulations to our class of 2020. Now I give the floor to Carla Sebenzo.
Thank you, Martin, and thank you, Carolina, for your words. And now, Jose Esteves, Vice Dean of the International MBA and our new Tech MBA, will join us on stage. Welcome, Jose.
Dear graduates, families, and friends, today you accomplish a major milestone in your life. Congratulations on your graduation class of 2020. We know you have worked very hard for it. The same dedication will get you far in the future. I also want to thank you and recognize our exceptional faculty and staff in this turbulent year. Class of 2020, as Martin said, you all are just amazing. With the transitions you have made, with your perseverance, with the mountains you climb to finish out a year strong, with the effort you have put in maintaining the relationships afar, you are so ready for the future. Some people, like Elon Musk, think that we are probably living in a video game simulation. If that is true, you are fantastic players. Also, and while this is the end game, I mean the end of your MBA studies, I'm confident that you are prepared to beginning the next chapter of your lifelong adventure. Now it's time to move on to what's next in the future. I'm confident that you will do great things and fulfill your personal and professional dreams. iBusiness School's slogan is reinventing the world. So be creative, be entrepreneurial, be ethical, be sustainable, take risks, explore new opportunities, keep going, be your best, and be kind with others. Celebrate your achievements and go out in the world and show them what iBusiness School MBA students are made of. So I look forward to hearing about your achievements in the future, and I hope you will stay connected with us and your classmates. Congratulations again. I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you. And now I want to introduce to all of you the video that the professors made for us.
Congratulations to all of you. This was a special year and you made it. So we're very proud of you. It was great to have you in class, and I'm already looking forward to seeing you again back here in Madrid or wherever you are in the rest of the world. Congratulations.
Felicidades a los valientes de la promoción de 2020. Habéis sido increíbles. Os habéis conectado a las 4 de la mañana en sesiones online y habéis sido todo un ejemplo. Habéis sido vosotros los maestros. Felicidades.
An MBA unlike any other. You come in with all kind of excitement. I had you in your first class, ready to go, engaged, and in a few weeks we get shut down. And you've showed so much tenacity and so much endurance through this adversity. I congratulate you, and let's let this episode remind us to be kind. Good luck. Keep in touch.
Congratulations. I look forward to seeing you all use the skills and knowledge you have gained at IE to have a positive impact on the world around you.
Queridos alumnos, enhorabuena. Enhorabuena por finalizar vuestro MBA, por completar este maravilloso programa.
You made it. You're the most resilient intake I've ever met in my life. You deserve this, you've owned this, and I'm so very proud of you. Nothing's gonna stop you now. Warmest congratulations, guys.
Mi más sincera enhorabuena a todos y muchas gracias por los buenos ratos que pasamos tanto en clase como fuera de ella. Enhorabuena.
You guys have rocked in the worst year of contemporary history. So, congratulations. I'll never forget you. Love you.
It was a pleasure to be part of this journey. I wish you the very best for the future. Stay in touch.
It's Ignacio here. I'm terribly impressed by the fact that you made it up to this point, and congratulations. I'm very proud of all of you, and I hope that today is the start of a new journey and not the end of an existing one.
I'm really proud of you. I wish you all the very best for the future.
Congratulations. Muchísimas felicidades.
¡Felicidades!
Congratulations.
Felicidades.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Enhorabuena.
Congratulations. Enhorabuena a todos, de corazón.
And now for the best faculty member recognition, the nominees are Teresa Recio, Laura McGuire, and Gonzalo Garland. And the winner is Laura McGuire.
Thank you very, very much. This is such a great honor, such a great honor. This goes to my students. This is for you and this is to you. This would have never been possible without you. I am forever grateful and thankful. Trust me when I say this, you'll never be forgotten. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Laura. And now for the Best Student Award, the nominees are and the winner is Thank you so much. Congratulations for the award. And now we should proceed to the award of the diplomas. Nur Abud Abdu, Neta Abres, Valerie Adona, Hayato Akaba, Khaled Al-Tanir, Andrea Lucia Alcalá, Cristina Alcocer, Nicolás Alexander, Hanin Alfer, Bader Al-Harish, Khaled Al-Sultan, Víctor Rafael Amiel, Mariano Andrade, Javier Leonardo Áñez, Iruobe Asueimen, Ana María Ayala, Rana Ayub, Yordanka Bashvarova, Christian Bajak, Aditi Bajaj, Rosie Bajali, Elisa Cristina Balas, Aditi Baser, Ali Bastane, Brian Batalha, Manuel Bailak, Maria Giuliana Beso, Ankur Bala, María del Consuelo Borbolla, Tiffany Burmergi, Victoria Eugenia Brenner, Tyler Barclashi, Daniel Cabezudo, Noelia Cabo, Cristian Campos, Andrea Cantarello, Santiago Carbo, Andrés Carlberg, Rodrigo Casillas, Juan José Castaño, Carlos Alberto Castillo, María Camila Castillo, Sofía Cavazos, Avinash Chandra, Sarah Shidiak, Andrea de Fátima Shumacero, Diego Marcelo Codas, Haggai Cohen, Michael Cohen, Constanza Collao, Andrés Felipe Consuegra, Pablo Corona, Camilo Sebastián Corredor, Carlota Cortesi, Ferran Cristo, Amer Dardir, Pranita Dash, Krishna Haskumar Daulat, Diego de Aristegui, Ana María de la Espriella, Carolina de la Garza, Alexander de la Hoz, Amanda de Bruin, Laura Decker, Claudia Paloma Delgado, Luis Alejandro Díaz, Francisco Javier Domecq, Rafael Domecq, Agustín Domínguez, Rodrigo Domínguez, Shreya Dugarwal, Inés Echevarría, Ralph El Nashef, Pablo El Saca, Corinne Ernst, Sagrario Fernández, Carlota Fernández, Verónica Flynn, Annette Elisa Funke, Carlos Arturo Galeano, José Tomás Garcés, Adrián García, Andrés Gardella, Sebastián Garrett, Carla Gisela Gastañadui, Kumar Gaurav, Mariana Gaviria, Nicole Gazera, Ana Lucía Giraldo, Daniel Grillo, Jacobo Guajardo, Constantino Habernol, Tanvir Haider, Megan Arjani, Gabriel Hein, Calvin Hunter, Yasuhiro Imai, Rafael Jada, Daniel Jacobsen, Miriam Halaledine, Aditi Lakshman, Cillian Jenkins, Daniel Jesser, Nidhi Chemba, Vinay Kambli, Khalil Kanan, Asli Lemon Karaka, Yu Kawane, Akashi Khan, Daria Karkan, Carolina Kitras, Nikolai Gozminyaiki, Brian Kershky, Andre Langlaver, Doyung Lee, Nai Lee, Tuto Michael Lenstuan, Oliver Lion Monk Gonkol, Yunki Liu, Yongli Liu, Jonathan Lombing, Candela López, Enrique Eduardo López, Javier Lozada, Ami Mari Lucedin, Jason Madison, Luis Miguel Magui Loza, Tania Mayer, Sebastian Manetti, Augusto Maroni, Christopher Marshall, Caroline Martin, Gary Martin, Monica Martinez, Gabriela Martínez, Scarlett Martínez, Gabriel Martins, Franco Giovanni Massa, Francisco Matos Díaz, Pedro Fabri Matos, Christian Maini, Harley McGregor, Luis Fernando Mejía, Andrés Melgar, Elard Melgar, Joan Samuel Mendoza, Amrata Menon, Jermaine Middleton, Antrikish Mittal, Devdan Mitra, Ashana Mittal, Joaquín Mogrovejo, Daniel Montalbetti, Alejandro Moreno, Francisco Morganti, Akil Muki, Emilio Nader, Shuto Naruse, Katia Navarro, María Guadalupe Navarro, Nicolás Ignacio Navarro, Ricardo Navarro, Amelia Nielsen, Seferino Nogueira, Maximilian Helmar Knoll, Gassan Nursi, John O'Brien, Kazutaka Okamoto, Kyoko Okamoto, Jorge Ortega, Luis Andrés Ortiz, María Lucía Ortiz, Marie Charlotte Povue, Lincoln José Palacios, Debasi Panda, Nicolo Papi, Claudia Belén Pardo, Juan Diego Paredes, Vishesh Pareque, Francisco Perianes Díaz, Ayush Podar, Juan Ignacio Politi, Marisabel Porro, María Paz Quintana, Rana Rauf, Priyanka Rauf, Ayasha Remy Adedeji, Isis Reyes, Deva Rijwani, Pilar Rubio, Magda Jimena Ruiz, Alberto Ruiz Jarabo, Sudanshu Sabarwal, Agustín Matías Sainz, Matías San Martín, Ana Sánchez, Tiburcio Sanz, Jonathan Sarfati, Franz Schulten, Jeremy Seal, Juan Felipe Segura, Abhishek Samuel, Ishan Sharma, Prajit Kanawala Sharma, Rafael Shepard, Chandrapal Singh, Felipe Andrea Snyder, María Fernanda Solana, Miguel Otavio Sosa, Prashant Raju, Arjun Aditi Shirahari, Diego Stelzer, Alejandro Stewart, Michael Strand, Alejandre Tasso, Saad Tassi, Iñigo Trincado, Fernando Troncoso, Andrés Antoff, Mark Weisberg, Angélica María Vargas, Manuela Vázquez, Ignacio Vázquez, Alvar Vega, Una Vukovki, Vasitis Vangsuntuntung, Leslie Walker, Chloe Warren, Win-Shi Wong, Jeffrey Zabel, Alejandra Zapata, Rosa María Sea, Siyu Zhang, Lior Zoldan, Diana Giselle Zumar, Garima. We'd like to thank you and congratulate all the graduates of the IMBA program of IE Business School. And now we want to recognize the students of dual degrees that they don't graduate now, but we'd like to thank you and show them our recognition. And the students are Adija Diwania, Adriana Rose Diaz, Anastasia Pavlyaskaya, Arseny Goldberg, Brandon Cohen, Camille Eloy, Karina Ramos, Cecilia Burkley, Daniela Duque, Diego Andrés González, Dishika Kapoor, Fernando Sandoval, Francisco Eduardo Teixeira do Prado, Francisco José Aja, Grace Mary Melendez, Geneva Justin, Juan Antonio Buero, Juan Marco Dumont, Juan Pablo Fernández Cueto, Kanika Rastogi, Lucas Enrique Tejada, Martin Quintero, Mateo Canning, Miguel Ángel Franco, Miguel Tavera, Olga Fresh, Pablo Dosal, Raúl Rabel, Robert Payne, Saad Al-Jahad Ali, Saraf Ghosh Roy, Sebastian Jorge Hauhausen, Sharul Shauhan, Shirjan Shuk, Terry Fioramonti, Thomas Wieslow, Tinus Fury. Thanks everyone for this incredible day, and now I give the floor to Carla.
Wow, what a journey we've been through. Today, we got reminded of the importance of evolving our dreams, of taking advantages of the opportunities, and of making the future ours. The guest speakers, the deans, the participation of our alumni and our students. It was a true IE experience. But this is not the end of graduation, as this afternoon we have some amazing activities coming ahead for our graduates. First, we have a running session in which you guys have been preparing and participating during this past week to help plant trees in our ecosystem. Then we have an enigma activity with an intriguing story behind it. We're also hosting a cooking class with a top Spanish chef, Cristina Oria. We're offering a cocktail class with one of the most famous bartenders in Spain, Diego Cabrera from Salmón Gurú. And last but not least, tonight we will be having one of the top DJs around the world playing at our graduation virtual party, Carl Cox. What an amazing way to conclude our 2020 graduation. But hey, this is not over yet. We invite you to stay here and wait 15 minutes because we will have Mario Alonso Puig hosting a mindfulness interactive session in this channel. Now, let's listen to the Gaudeamos Igitur, the national hymn of Spain, and a special surprise closing video to officially end with the first part of this extraordinary graduation. It has been an honor to be with all of you here today at my alma mater. And I want to once again congratulate our brave new grads. The world is in your hands, and we're proud of sending individuals with big dreams that will make the most of their opportunities today and in the future. Congratulations, class of 2020, and congratulations to all of you who have supported you during this journey. Families, partners, friends, and everyone that made this possible. 2021, bring it on.
Dear friends, it's an honor to be with all of you today. Congratulations for obtaining your master's degree. I'm going to share with you some things with the profound wish that these ideas, these concepts, can be really useful in your lives and also can be useful for the people who you care about. We all know that we are living in a very challenging world. And many times we hear, look for the opportunity. We all know that many times opportunity likes to be disguised in working clothes. So it's not easy to spot an opportunity. We know that we are living in a world that can be defined with 4 letters. Volatility, V for volatility, U for uncertainty, C for complexity, and A for ambiguity. And we all wish to know, how can we transpass, go beyond this VUCA world so that we can find that world of opportunity, that world of possibility. As you can see, there's a photo of Charles Darwin, because he was a man who obviously described the evolution process. And he said something very remarkable. He said, the species that survives is neither the strongest nor the most intelligent. So what he was talking about, if my strength doesn't give me that advantage to adapt, if my intelligence doesn't give me that advantage to adapt, what is the enigma? What's the mystery? What we are looking for? What is hidden from our senses? We're going to explore the relationship between the brain, the mind, and leadership. You know, the brain is a fascinating organ. I have spent many years studying the brain. 100,000 million neurons connecting with each other. And the mind is something much more complex, much more difficult to understand, but there's no question about the connection between the brain and the mind. And leadership, it's something that we all know about. It's the capacity to inspire the people, to align hearts and minds, hearts and brains in a common purpose. How could we connect those 3 dots? How could we connect the brain, the mind, and leadership so that we really gain that competitive advantage to adapt to this VUCA world, to this world full of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity? Let me share with you a very, very surprising story. It happened many, many centuries ago. You know, Alexander the Great invaded Greece. And with his powerful army, after conquering all Greece, he started to conquer all the cities, all the countries that he found in his way. He fought against the powerful Persian army, the most powerful army in the whole world, and he defeated that army. So when many cities, many countries beyond Persia knew that Alexander had defeated the most powerful army in the whole world, they surrendered without offering any kind of resistance. Alexander the Great, with his army, kept moving forward, advancing, until they reached what now is called the Hindu-Kush mountain range. And when they reached that spot, one of his generals approached Alexander and told him, Alexander, we cannot go any farther. Alexander the Great was puzzled. My general, why we cannot go any farther? And the answer that the general gave Alexander the Great was amazing, because here is the point where our maps end. We don't know what is beyond those limits. We don't know what's beyond those mountains. This is fascinating because if we consider the situation, the general was a brave soldier. He had fought against the Persian army. Probably he was an extraordinary leader. Nevertheless, in front of an unknown world, he felt defeated without exploring it. So one of the things that we really need to learn is the difference between the way in which Alexander's mindset and the general's mindset worked. What happened with the general's mindset? Why he choked in front of that unknown world? Why he didn't want to go any farther? Why he was more fearful about an unknown world than about the Persian army? And why Alexander the Great found the energy, the passion to proceed from an unknown world into an unknown world. Our brain is designed to protect our lives. And there are some nuclei in the brain, there's especially a group of nuclei in the temporal lobe of the brain called the amygdala, which are very sensitive to any threat. And when we perceive a threat, when we perceive a danger, the amygdala sets in motion some very fast reactions that give us at least a chance to survive. For instance, if I'm in front of a predator, the amygdala changes my body so that I can run much faster than I'm used to run. If I have to fight because I don't have any exit, I don't have any escape, the amygdala produces such a change in the whole body that my muscles become much stronger. And I can fight against that predator with much more energy. Sometimes I can choke, I become paralyzed. And sometimes there are some predators that if they see a moving thing, and suddenly that thing becomes paralyzed, the predator might be puzzled, and unless that predator is very curious or very hungry, they might go away. So what happened to the general? The general perceived an unknown world, a world full of uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity, as a threat, as a predator. What's the price that we have to pay if we relate with uncertainty, with a new world, like we relate with a predator, like with a concrete threat? The price is very severe. And let me share you why. If I have to run from a tiger or from a lion, I need a lot of energy in my muscles. My strength has to increase by 5. So where does the muscles get so much energy? The muscles get the energy from different organs, and especially from the brain. Why the brain? Because the brain weighs 2% of the body, and nevertheless, it consumes around 20% of the energy. Especially some areas in the brain, in the prefrontal cortex, which are devoted to negotiation, making good decisions, analyzing things deeply, being creative, starting a new project. Those areas of the brain consume a lot of energy, but of course they are of no use in front of a predator. So the problem is that those areas of the brain experience a lack of blood flow, and therefore they cannot work well. This is what happened with the general's brain, because he perceived an unknown world, the world that was beyond that mountain range, the Hindu Kush Mountains, as a threat, as a kind of predator. All the energy that had to go to the brain so that he could prepare to learn about the new territory, to make good decisions, to analyze things, to be creative. Those areas didn't work in him. When we experience this lack of blood flow in the prefrontal cortex of the brain, we become irritable, we become aggressive, we try to escape from a situation, we fly, or we freeze. So, we all need a push. We all need a push. I don't know if you are aware of this fact, but eagles, for instance, they put their nest in very high places, and when their offsprings reach a certain age and they have to open the wings and learn to fly, the mother has to push the offspring so that that animal opens his or her wings and learn to fly. So leadership is about creating this kind of push. Leadership is about creating that kind of energy that takes us beyond our comfort zone, beyond our known world, into the known world, beyond that Hindu Kush mountain range. That push is about learning, knowing, understanding that together we can do it, that we need each other, that nobody is able by himself, by herself, to cross from the known world into the unknown world, especially when the known world is absolutely full of uncertainty. There is something that is extremely relevant when we face uncertainty, and it's very counterintuitive, so it's not easy at all to understand it with our intellectual mind. How could I embrace an uncertain world if I don't have the sense of safety, of control that I have when I am attached to my known world? Why it's so important to embrace uncertainty? It's very important because a very famous researcher from Austria, although he spent most of his scientific life in Canada, Professor Hans Selye, he discovered what happens when we resist a new world, when we don't want to relate with a complex reality. Let's imagine that we are in our comfort zone. That's good health, that's homeostasis. The general was used to, be fighting against other armies. It was part of his job, part of his profession. And then he came across the end of the world, the Hindu Kush mountains, where the map ends. That sets an alarm in him. And he resisted. He didn't want to go any farther. See what happens when we resist the way that, or the world as it is, when we resist the world that is beyond our comfort zones. We can enter the most dangerous place, which is called the exhaustion stage, the burnout zone. So embrace uncertainty, embrace the world that is beyond the Hindu Kush mountains, although you don't know what's there, although you don't know if you will be able to control it or not. There is an opportunity hidden there. The second element, which is extremely important when we need to cross from an unknown world into an unknown world, is to address the human factor. If people in your team know that you love them, that you believe in them, that you want to inspire them to dream about that world which is beyond the comfort zone, if they feel that you are challenging them so that they leave the comfort zone, if you support them and if you walk with them, you're acting like a true leader. There is always an opportunity. There is always an opportunity beyond our comfort zone. No matter how challenging this world or this new reality is, there is an opportunity that only will be discovered by people who have enough blood in their prefrontal cortex. Opportunities that will be discovered only by people who have the growth mindset, not a fixed mindset. People who really want to discover what is beyond their known world and are willing to enter into that unknown world. Alexander the Great didn't know what was beyond the Hindu Kush mountains, but he was open to discover it. He was open to explore it. He didn't judge that new world as a threat, as a dangerous place, like the general did. What did he find beyond the Hindu Kush mountains? One of the most fascinating countries in the world, India. Imagine the treasures in India, the culture, the history, the monuments, the flora, the fauna. What an amazing country. That was the opportunity that was hidden behind the mountains. Alexander the Great could feel the call for adventure. And this is the reason why he answered the general. General, mediocre armies stay within the maps. Great armies explore what is beyond those maps. So, think about the world that is beyond your comfort zone as a call for adventure, discovery, new learning, growth, improvement, and contribution. This probably is the mystery that was behind Charles Darwin's words. Maybe this is the key to adapt to a new reality. And when we are willing to let go our old world, our known world, the world that we could control, and we are willing to enter into a known world with that sense of exploration, with that willingness to explore, to learn, then as human beings we grow, we evolve, we become better human beings. Here you have three images of the brain. The first one that is rotating now, you can see in red, is the limbic system, is the emotional brain. The amygdala belongs to the emotional brain, and it's able to block the prefrontal cortex. That was what happened with the general. But there are other centers in the limbic system. When we feel the inspiration to go beyond the known into the unknown, those centers in the limbic system, in the emotional brain, send a signal to the part of the brain, which is on the right side of your slide, which is rotating right now, which is the executive brain. Because you are willing to cross that boundary, because you want to know what is beyond that mountain range, beyond the Hindu Kush, your prefrontal cortex receives a lot of blood, and you start to concentrate in what is the most important elements. You become more creative, you learn faster, you analyze better, you make great decisions. And at the bottom of the slide, you can see in red, the brain stem. There are two structures, they are called the reticular activating system. When you really want to find something, that need that comes from your limbic system, you want to explore, you hear and say yes to the call of adventure. The limbic system has an impact in the prefrontal cortex, in the executive brain. So the executive brain helps you find how you can find the opportunities, how you can improve yourself. And the brain stem, at the bottom of the slide, helps you find where are the opportunities. This is the reason why when you buy a new car or a new motorbike, you start seeing that the same model all over, because your brain stem is looking for something that now is relevant for you. If for you it's relevant to find an opportunity in that unknown world, the brainstem will help you to find that opportunity. So, some crucial messages. Believe in yourself as a leader, because you were not born to be average. You were born to be outstanding. Everybody remembers the name of Alexander the Great. We don't know. We don't remember the name of the general of his army, the one who didn't want Alexander to go any farther. We never forget the person who has helped us grow. When we feel that somebody loves us, that somebody believes in us, cares about us, inspires us, challenges us, supports us, and go with us, when we feel that growth, we never forget the person who made it possible. Remember that, that where you will be tomorrow will be determined by the choices that you make today, and also by your commitment to follow through no matter what. This woman was born in 1880 in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. She became deaf, mute, and blind because of an encephalitis. Nevertheless, she was the first woman in history who graduated from Radcliffe College. Radcliffe belongs to Harvard. She graduated from that college in 1904. He said, "Life is an adventure or is nothing." Thank you so much.